Hi cousins, it's your cousin Angela. Okay, so today's recipe that I'm bringing to you, honey, is my Southern style hamburger steak patties with gravy. Okay, so we're gonna have these Southern style hamburger steak patties with gravy, honey. And we got our onion gonna be over in our gravy, honey. Oh my doggone good, honey. Child, it's gonna be so good for the one time. I ain't even trying to play with y'all. Let's get started, because honey, I need to cook these Southern style hamburger steak patties so we can get them in the oven and we can get it going. Now listen, my oven is set on 350. I'm gonna let them cook for about an hour and 10 minutes, okay? Don't y'all come playing with me. Don't ask no questions. You heard what your cousin said, honey. We're gonna cook them in the oven on 350 for an hour and 10 minutes, honey child. Come on over to your y'all ain't got here yet. What y'all waiting on? Oh, y'all waiting on me? Oh, child, come on over to the party. Listen, I got two clean gloves, honey, because I ain't trying to get my hands dirty. So, you know, my hands already clean. Mama ain't trying to get her hands dirty by mixing up the meat. Child, I got to get my bowl. Hold on. Child, look, got a bowl so y'all can see me mixing up all the little goodness in the flavor, okay? So hold on. Let Mama come over here and show y'all. First, let me move the bowl so I can show the children what we're working with. Okay, hold on. Look, you know what? I'm going all over the place. Don't y'all play with me. Give me a minute. Okay, now I'm settled. Okay, come on over to the house. Okay, cool beans. Let me move y'all back so y'all can see what cousin working with. Okay, can y'all see that? I don't even think y'all can see that. Can you see it? Okay, cool. All right, so listen. I sliced up a large onion, okay? So these onions are going to go in our gravy, okay? So then I have a half a yellow onion in here, and I have 3 garlic cloves, honey, okay? And I've put these in the food processor and, you know, diced and got these things really, really tiny, okay? All right, and I'm not sure I'm going to use all that. Then I got 2 large eggs, okay? I got 3 pounds of 80/20 ground beef, all right? Then I have a pound of 80/20 ground beef, and then I have another half of a 3 pound. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to do 3.5 pounds of 80/20 ground beef. Give me a minute. Let me put this one back in the freezer. So I'm back. So we're going to use 3 pounds of 80/20 ground beef, and we're going to use half of 3 pounds of 80/20 ground beef. All right? Cool. So we got our 2 large eggs, a half a yellow onion with 3/4 garlic cloves, and we have 1 large sliced yellow onion. Okay, honey, we got us some fresh thyme, honey. This some good stuff. Get you some. Put this in your meats. Anything you cook, honey, this stuff is really good. Fresh thyme, okay? Now, in our hamburger steak patties, we're going to have some seasonal salt very generously. We're going to have about a teaspoon of chili powder, just a teaspoon. All right? You want about a teaspoon of salt, of sea salt. This is all I use, okay? And that's all you really need. Then you have some fresh ground black pepper. I have some good, this is my favorite brand. It's Lee and Perrins. And this is Worcester sauce. This is my favorite brand. I use nothing else. This is all I use. I have some garlic powder. Honey, I got my cousin called Progresso, honey. Breadcrumbs. You can use the plain breadcrumbs or the Italian. Honey, they both gonna taste as good. It don't matter. I use both ones. Both ones. The plain one and the Italian ones. Italian seasoning. I got the onion powders. Now you're gonna ask me, Cousin Angie, how much onion powder? Honey, season generously. We don't want no bland food. I ain't trying to come to the party and we sitting over there. I'm trying to ask your baby what a flavor. Honey, go ahead and season up your food. Honey, and we got a little cousins on the little league team named Little Parsley. Okay, they don't have a flavor. They just there for the decoration party. Don't worry about that. They on the little league. You know, we call them the little cousins down on the little league. Now hold on, sugar, because Mom only got a little bit of onion powder, and you know I keep it stacked. So give me a minute. Let Mom go get some onion powder. I'm back, honey. Got me some more onion powder, honey. I had to bring out the big kids, honey. All right. So we just gonna use it. You know, we have some onion powder right here, but just in case we need some more, this is just a little bit left in here. So in case when that little bit run out, honey, we got the big leaf. Okay. All right. Cool beans. So we're just gonna put big leaf back there for the 112 time. Listen, I'm gonna go ahead and move my bowl over here so we can get to our working station. Listen, my oven again is set on 350. And I'm usually going to leave mine in there for about an hour. Probably about an hour and 10 minutes. It don't take long for these things to cook. Listen, I got my stove over here. Got my skillet heating up on the stove. So we're going to move over to our stove. And all we're going to do is when we get to the stove level, all we're going to do is just brown our meats on both sides. Then we're going to put them in our cooking pan. And then once we brown our meat on both sides, and we put them in our cooking pan. Then we're going to make our gravy, add it to our meat. We're going to cover it with our favorite friend named Reynolds Wrap. Give me a minute. Let Mama, well, we'll get the Reynolds Wrap in a minute. Let's get this food going, honey. Where's the bowl, children? Okay, cool. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and put on my gloves. We're going to open our meat. Remember, keep your clean trash bag by you. So when you finish cooking, you know, getting your dinner together or whatever you're doing, you can throw your trash out, okay? In the trash can outside, okay? You don't want to leave nothing in your trash in your house overnight. We ain't trying to have that type of party. I hope everyone is doing well where you are and the weather is good. Where we are, honey, we're in a winter weather storm. We're getting like 14 inches of snow. They closed schools here today, and I'm looking forward to them to close them tomorrow. But it doesn't bother our kids because they're virtually learning anyway. But at least they get a break from doing work because they work so hard. Okay, so we're going to start with our 3 pounds of ground beef. Again, this is the 80-20, okay? All right. Just going to tear this back just like that, honey. I'm macho mama, honey. Put that down in there for the one time. All right, put that over in your little bag. You're going to need your little bag. That's your little friend right there for the one time, all right? So we got it go over here. We got half of a 3 pound I took out, Lord Jesus. I took out the deep freezer, okay? Whenever you don't use all your meat, honey, you just reserve it for another party. That's all you got to do. And we don't even have to use all this. We can just use some of it. We may not need all of it. Listen, I don't even know how I wrap the darn thing, but it's all right. We're going to get to the party, though. There we go. We're getting there unmarked. All right. All right, honey. Got to go ahead and get this meat, honey, out there freezer. We're going to just use just a little bit. We're going to use all of it, okay? All right, cool bean for the one time. So now, we don't need these onions yet because that's for the gravy, okay? That's for the gravy. Now, remember, anything that you touch, even if we have on gloves because we're touching meat, anything that you touch, I use Dawn Platinum Liquid Detergent. So when you finish doing your dinner and everything, because you touched your bottles and all, that's cross-contamination. Get you some Dawn Platinum 4X dish detergent and wash down all your bottles and then dry them with clean paper towels. All right, cool beans. Okay, we're going to go ahead. Remember, this is half of a large yellow onion with 3-4 cloves of fresh garlic cloves chopped and minced up. So I'm going to put about a teaspoon in here, honey. I love fresh garlic. I love garlic powder. But, honey, when you cooking with those fresh garlic cloves, honey, you ain't got to say nothing else to me. Just turn on the music, give me a drink, let me go on and eat my food, and I'm not trying to play with you, okay? That's all I want to do. I ain't got time to be playing with the small children at the small club. All right, cool beans. I'm going to go ahead and add these little Pocahontas right here, these 2 large yellow eggs, or whatever y'all want to call them, okay? Excuse me, let me put this in the sink, go to the dishwasher. All right, cool beans. Next, we want to go ahead and start adding our onion powder, okay? And for our seasonings, we'll get there. I'll tell you what we're going to use for our gravy, honey, because I like a good old country gravy. Don't complain with me. She ain't trying to come out fast enough. Just season your meat, children. That's all I can tell you. Okay? I'm eyeballing this, and it's probably about 4 or 5 tablespoons. Okay? Now, here come them little people, little mini league. These the Parsley. Those little mini little league cousins, okay? Just a dash. Won't even need the little cousins at the party anyway, okay? They just there for the party. They just sitting on the bench. They ain't doing much. All right. Here it come with the garlic powder, okay? Honey, don't play with me with the garlic powder. I love using fresh garlic cloves. It enhances the flavor, you know, when you're cooking your meat. Oh, my God, I love fresh garlic cloves. All right, this is Lee and Perrin's Worcestershire sauce or whatever, Worcestershire sauce, whatever their family name is. I'm just saying for the one time. All right, we're just going to dip dash for 112 minute. Don't ask me what 112 minute means. Excuse me, my phone is ringing. So y'all give me 1 minute. Step away. Thank you, cousins. I do apologize about that interruption. That was a very important call. All right, so we got our little Worcestershire sauce in here, and I can tell you right now, I probably got about 2 teaspoons in here, honey. You don't want to oversaturate this. It's very powerful. Now we're gonna come on to the party with our ground black pepper. Okay, Lord Jesus. I'm going to step back for the 1 minute because don't ask me about the 112 minute. Y'all just go with the flow. Season your meat. And I could tell you it's probably about a tablespoon of black ground pepper in there. All right? Coming over here. This is some good stuff. Get you some fresh thyme. This stuff is really, really good. Oh, my God, it's good. These are my people right here. The thyme. That's what time it is. Okay? Now, get me some chili powder. Okay? And we don't need nothing but a little tip of a, that's all you need is about a teaspoon, this chili powder. That's all you need. You don't need nothing else, just a teaspoon. Stop playing. Alright, we got all them friends and then all them people. Alright, now we're going to have some sea salt. Okay, we're going to be real cool with the people.
Meant season all
okay?
salt.
Now we're not going to add both the sea salt and the salt to the hamburger steak patties, y'all. We're not going to do that. Alright, that's enough. We don't need nothing else. Now let's go on over here to Auntie house and get the breadcrumb. We call her Auntie because she the biggest at the party. Okay? Cool. Stop playing. Go on over here and get you some breadcrumbs. Now, when I open my breadcrumbs, I don't put them back in the pantry. I take my breadcrumbs and I put them in the refrigerator. I do not store that back. So that's about a cup. That's about a cup of breadcrumbs, and I'm going to put it just a tiny bit more because I can and I want to. Alright. So it's about a cup of breadcrumbs. Now, those onions are reserved only for the gravy. Let's go ahead and mix. And then not only are we going to mix, I'm done with the, I didn't use that, probably about a quarter of it. Onion, yellow onion, and fine minced garlic, fresh garlic. So I'm done with all that. Alright, cool beans. So I'm going to bring my pan over here. Now, what I want to do with this pan right here is I want to go ahead, let me clean up this little counter area, whatever that may be. Okay, want to always just wipe down, and when you finish, you know what I always tell you, get you some fresh hot soapy water, and go ahead and what do I want to say, baby? Wash down your area where you were cooking and preparing. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and mix this up. You want to make sure it's incorporated really well. Get everything mixed up. Honey, let them flavors go on through. That's all you got to do. You want to make sure everything's mixed up. This is gonna be some good old hamburger steak patties, honey, with the onion gravy, honey. Whoo, child, stop playing with me. We ready? Okay, we ready. Let's get it going. I don't know how many patties this gonna make, but we gonna get them going. Okay, okay. And I like some old nice meaty patties, honey. Some thick patties. Okay. So I'll start a couple of them with you, and then I do a couple of them off camera, and I'll come back when I'm done with all my patties. Okay. See, like that. Okay. Yeah. All right. We like a nice meaty-o, nice juicy size patty, honey. Get all that meat. You pay for it. I don't told y'all, Cousin Angel don't told y'all about throwing away your food. If your meat gets stuck to the glove, you better get that meat off the glove, put it in your meat, okay? You just get that meat on in there. I ain't trying to throw my meat away to the glove. I pay for the gloves, I pay for the meat. I'd rather have the meat. Thank you. Alright. Honey, child, they smell so good. Woo, the seasonings. You know what makes it stand out like that? You got that fresh garlic, those fresh garlic cloves, and then those minced onions in there, and then all your seasonings. Child, we ain't even trying to play. Alright. I'll do 2 more with you, and then I'll do the rest off camera, okay? I'll take off my gloves, and then I'll, to stop the camera, because I don't want to touch my camera with my gloves, and then I'll go back and put me some more fresh gloves on. Okay. Alright. It's the last one I'll do on camera, and then I'll come back once I've got all the meat made up. Okay, cousins, so I'm back. So now we're over here at the stove. Our skillet is nice and hot. And so now what we're doing is I've got my thick pan that I'm going to put all my burgers in. And we have about 13 hamburger steak patties, okay, all done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my pan over here. My hamburger steak patties. My hands are nice and clean. So here we are with our hamburger steak patties. Alright, let me put my fork down. My spatula. So here we are with our hamburger steak patties. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is tilt it down over here. Move you all a little closer to my skillet area. Okay, y'all can see me here. Alright, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and put a few patties in here. And like I said, we're just going to brown them on both sides. And you can see how hot that skillet is by... And I have just a little bit of oil in here. It's just like a tablespoon of oil. in the bottom of my skillet. The trick here is just to brown the meat on both sides. And then when we brown our meat on both sides, then what we'll do is we'll flip it over, brown it on the opposite side. Then we'll put it in our pan that's reserved for our meat. And here's our pan that we're using for our meat. Okay. And this is made by Cooking Essentials. You can find this on QVC. Okay. That's what we'll be using here. I'll be using this deep pan because I have a lot of meat. So I have my stove set on a number 6, but I'm going to crank it up to 7. Okay. And like I said, I'm just going to let this brown on both sides. Flip it over. Let it brown on the opposite side. And once it browns real nice on the opposite side, I'll remove it and put it over in the pan. And then I'll do the rest of them off camera. And then once I'm done, I'll come back. Okay. So I'll stay with you. Now over here to the side, let me tell you this. As far as my seasonings for my gravy, it's going to be my black pepper, my seasoning oils. I'm going to use that. Of course, you know I got my garlic powder over here. And I got my onion powder, okay? And then I'm going to put a little bit of Worcestershire sauce in there. This is, like I said, this is my favorite brand. Get this right here. You can't go wrong. I know they have other ones, you know, a lot of them on the shelves. But this one, baby, that's got a beautiful flavor. And then to our gravy, once we get to our gravy, and I'll show you how to do that, we'll add our onions to our gravy. Now, the onions in the gravy is to give that good old flavor to your gravy and your meat, honey, while it's cooking in that oven. And I got my oven set to 350. I'm just going to cook this in the oven for about an hour. And then that'll be it. That'll be it. I like my hamburgers to be nice and done. I don't do medium rare. I like everything to be 100% done. Okay? About this too. I know a lot of people have issues with making gravy, and I do use McCormick's gravy mix on some of my things that I use. It just depends on what I'm making gravy for. But when it comes to different kind of gravies, like your HomeStyle hamburger steak patty gravy, it's easy to be done. So I'll show you all how to do that, because I see a lot of people using different browning agents and things like that in their gravy. You don't have to do that. I'll show you. But it's optional if that's what you like to do. I'm not trying to discourage anyone, so I apologize if I did. I just want to show you all how you can do it the old school way, like mom and grandmama, their auntie them did it, okay? So let's get back to our meat, okay? Hope you guys can see that real good. So we're going to check our meat here. Let me check this one, because this one was the very first one. Not quite done yet. It's not right. It's not brown where I want it to be. This one is ready. So we're going to flip this one. See that nice crust? That's what I'm looking for right there on my hamburger steak patty. It can also be a little lighter. See, it's okay. A little light like that, that's okay. Honey, it smells so good up in here, child. We ain't even trying to play with you. And this is an Aisha Curry deep dish skillet, 12-inch skillet. And this is one of, when you guys become members, like I said, everything that I use in my kitchens that I cook with, these are the different dishes that I'll be sending out to you guys, that I'll have shipped out to you through my Amazon Prime business account. It's my way of saying thank you for supporting my page and becoming a member on my page, okay? So let's check this one. I can flip this one. Look at that crust. That's what we're looking for. I'm going to go ahead and... See? There we go. That's how you want your meat to be on both sides, okay? Like I said, we just want to brown our meats on both sides. Put them in our cooking pan. I'm going to go back off camera once I remove these out the skillet and put it in here. I'll go off camera, brown the rest, and then once they're done, I'll come back on, and then I'll show you guys how we're going to make our gravy for our meat, okay? Okay, cousins, so all our meat is brown now. I'm going to turn down my stove, and I'm going to put that like on a number 4, okay? Let me turn my fan on, because I don't like for a hot kitchen, okay? So what we're going to do now is we're going to make our gravy for our hamburger steak patties, okay? Our HomeStyle hamburger steak patty. So the first thing we're going to do, I've got my Reynolds foil here. Let me just put this here to the side. The first thing we're going to do is get us some flour. And I'm using self-rising flour. Okay, that's what I use. I don't use anything else but self-rising when I'm making my gravy. Okay, or flouring my meat. So we're gonna put just enough in here just to coat the bottom. Don't worry about this goodness at the bottom of your skillet. All that's gonna come together in your gravy. Okay, just want a little flour to get your gravy started. All right, and then over here reserved, I have 2 cups of cold water because I don't have any beef stock, and it's okay. We're just gonna use some cold water. So what I'm gonna do is just let this brown. Just let this brown. I'll lay that there for the one time. Let me just get a tiny bit more flour. I don't want that much. Just a little bit. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this brown. And then once it browns to my desired color, that's what I was talking about earlier. I know some people probably have an issue doing it, with the gravy. But what you want to do is just mix that oil. See how all that goodness at the bottom from your meat comes along in your gravy, honey? Don't worry about it. Just get your good old whisk, honey. And you just get on in there and you just work that wrist, honey. Work that wrist, honey. Turning it, turning it, turn it, turn it, turn it. And now what you want to do is just let this go ahead and do its magic and turn the desired color that you want for your gravy. That's all you got to do. It'll come together real quick. All that goodness from your meat in the bottom of that skillet, don't throw that out. Just go ahead and get it. Now what I do is once, because your skillet is already nice and hot, your oil is nice and hot, right? So your flour is flouring, it's turning this color that you want to reach your desired likeness for your gravy. The brownness is what you're looking for. Once you get what you need for as your color that you're looking for, your desired color for your gravy, what I usually do is just go ahead and turn off my stove and go ahead and add my liquid to it. Okay, I'm gonna add just a tiny bit more flour, just a tiny bit more. I like a nice thick gravy. And if you find out that your gravy is a little bit on the thin side, that's okay. You just get you a little bit of cold water. You get your fork and about a tablespoon of flour. And what you do, there you go. That's the thickness I like. What you do if you find out that your gravy is a little bit too loose when you cook it, then what you do is get you a fork, a cup with some cold water in it, and you get you about a tablespoon of flour, and you stir it up real good, and you pour it over your gravy. And usually what I do is put my foil back on top and run it back in the oven for a good 30 minutes. Yep, that's what I do. But I love a thick gravy. My gravy always come out. Sometimes it's a little too thin. Sometimes it's thick. So I'm going to let that go ahead and brown up to where I want it. And I just want to let you all see this in real time. So you'll see, oh, she doesn't add any browning agent to her gravy. No, I don't. I do it just the way how I was taught being raised up. I've seen my aunts do it, my mother do it, my late grandmother do it. All right. So usually what I do at this time is I go ahead and I turn my stove down some, or I turn it off. And so what I want to do, I'm right-handed. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and I'm going to add my liquid. This is just my water. You got to whisk. You got to whisk, honey, because it thickens real quick. You got to whisk. You got to whisk. And I don't have any beef broth. It's okay if you don't have beef broth. Use water. Use water. See how I'm whisking that real fast? You got to whisk because if you don't, it turns thick under the bottom and, you don't want all that to burn. So now, like I always said earlier, what I usually do at this point is I turn my stove off. Okay? Now, that was 2 cups of cold water. I'm going to go back and get 2 more cups of cold water. All right? So let me switch hands. Uh-oh. There we go. See how we're coming far? See how we did that? Now what I will do is turn it back on and let it thicken up while I season it. So I'm going to turn it on. And so what I like to do, see that? Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of, about a teaspoon of this Worcestershire sauce. That's all I'm going to do. Just, you don't want too much. Alright, that's all you want, just a teaspoon. You don't want nothing else. Alright, So let's add our onion powder. It ain't nothing but a swig in here, and I do mean it's a swig. Probably about a tablespoon. That's all I had left in there, so it's okay. It's gone. Bye-bye. Okay? So then I'm going to add some fresh garlic powder. That's probably about a tablespoon. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to add me some seasoning oil. And I just want to season it, okay? Because I don't want to get too carried away. And then I'm going to come behind that with my fresh ground black pepper. Remember to season, please. You don't want bland food. Oven is on 350. We're going for an even hour, okay? All right. So what I'm going to do is just whisk this together. And I'll get a clean spoon, and I will, and I think what I'm going to do is get a little bit more flour to thicken it up, because it's very loose. So let me get some flour, because it's very loose. The key thing is to do it now, honey, because you don't want it to be thin later. And then you got to go back and add, honey. I ain't got time for that. I'm trying to come to the table. I'm trying to eat with the children, honey. I ain't got time for that. Whisk. And now what I want to do to this is I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to add my onions to the gravy. Don't worry, honey. We're going to pour all this over that meat in just a little bit. I want to let this work for about a few minutes in that gravy. Just let them get happy. That's all you want them to do. Just let them all come together at the family reunion. We call that family reunion, sugar. Okay? Just let them all come together for the one time, for the minute. Just let all the cousins just come together and just congregate and just let them get happy, honey. Now that's the thickness I like in my gravy. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, now I'm going to get a clean spoon so I can taste my gravy. Make sure it's seasoned just well. Just want to taste it. Make sure it's seasoned. No, we're not there yet. We need a little bit more seasoning. I didn't want to put too much in here because my husband and I both have high blood pressure and he has congestive heart failure, as you all know, so I have to be very careful. I will tell you we need some more onion powder and some more black pepper. That I do know. Lord, we got to open this one up. Excuse me one moment. I love buying these in bulk rate because it lasts for a very, very long time. No, where's the top? There we go. Alright, more onion powder. I don't like the way this onion powder coming out. I ain't gonna buy this one no more. And this onion powder. I don't even like this brand. I'm not buying this one no more. She's not happy with that one. Okay, we'll go back and get the other one, the McCormick, the other ones. Okay, don't get too carried away with it. Okay, let's stir. Okay, let me get a clean spoon. Oh yeah, this gravy ready, baby. They all congregated. They happy. Let me just get a clean spoon. Another one. Alright. I'm all ready, baby. I'm ready. Alright, so now I'm going to turn off my stove. Let me move my spoon. I had a clean spoon over here to the side. That's okay. Alright, so now I'm going to position you all to show you all how I'm going to do this meat. So now, I'm right-handed, so I got to be very, very careful. I hope I don't waste it. So let me do this. Let me empty the gravy in here first. Look at that gravy. Honey, look at that gravy. Look at that gravy. Look at that gravy. All them onions. Come on, somebody. Y'all ain't even playing with me. Y'all don't understand these southern comfort dishes, honey. I don't want to scrape too far in the bottom. We just want the gravy. Okay, so let me do it like this. Wipe it. Thank you, Lord. That gravy is, whoo, that gravy is everything to me. When Mary J. Blige said you are everything, baby, this gravy is everything. Please give me a thumbs up. It helps with the YouTube algorithm, please. Please give me a thumbs up for this video. Please share this video. Share, please. Leave me a message. Let me know what you thought about this video. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to put that in the sink. Let me know what you thought about this video. And I love to hear from you. Ooh, that's hot, child. Wait a minute. I'm going to put it back over here. Remember, this is the only foil I use. Reynolds Wrap Non-Stick Heavy Duty. This is all I use. I don't use anything else. I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit more. Just because I can. Just a dash. Just a dash. Alright, so we're going in the oven for 1 hour on 350. I like to put the shiny side down. You know, there's a trick that I like to do. And I actually told my sister about this last year. It's not a trick. Most of you probably do it when you're baking. I'll show you to you in just a second. Make sure your meat is covered on all bases. Now, while your food is cooking, baking, cooking, whatever you're doing, it's your time to get your liquid detergent, hot soapy rag, and clean everywhere you've been in your kitchen. Everything you've touched, everything you've used. Okay, let me show you this little trick I do. Give me a second. I want to show y'all something. So, like, I take a fork or a sharp knife, and I just gently put some holes in it. Honey, that aroma come to your house. Trust what I'm trying to tell you. That's it. That's what Cousin Angie do. All right, see you all back in 1 hour. Hi, cousins. Okay, so your cousin Angela is back, honey. And I want to let you know, honey, that our homemade, home-style hamburger steak patties with onion gravy is done and out of the oven, honey. I let them go for 1 hour and 10 minutes. That was all I did. Okay, so listen, honey, you know I had to go ahead and prepare my plate. So what I'm serving along with our dinner. So let me come on over here, bring you to the, let mama come on over here and bring you all to the kitchen, honey. I got my plate partially made. I gotta eat. I'm just being real with y'all. So come on over here to Cousin Angie. Okay, let Cousin Angie, can y'all see that just well? I'm not sure, but I'm gonna try to bring it down as much as I can. Tell you what, I'm gonna bring it up closer. Okay, so here we are. Better yet, I'm having rice and sweet peas along with mine. Okay, because honey, that's it. And I got condensation from the pan. Yes, I did switch it up. I did take it out of the big family pan that I cooked it in. Sorry, I'm trying to get some of that condensation from the cooking pan here. And you see I got me a brand new bag here. So, brand new bag. So listen, let me show you all. It's hot. The mama show you the dinner, honey. Yes, Cousin Angie did that for the kids, honey. Yes, let me help you. Whoo, baby, that's hot. Okay. Sorry, that's my oven, honey. I got something else in there cooking. So listen, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna turn this shot for the one time like this, so you all can get a good picture. You see that there? Okay. Let mama bring it on home. Okay. All right. Okay, cool. You got that picture? Okay, cool. So listen, I'm gonna go ahead and fix my plate. Okay, got my white rice and sweet peas, and I'm gonna get me about 2 burgers. I'm gonna take this one right here. I'm gonna go ahead and mix me some gravy, and the gravy did not come out as thick as I like it, but that's okay. I put what was reserved back in the oven, thicken it up, and I'll add this to it, and honey, it'll be nice and thick. Got me a piece of that onion on in there. So yes, I love a lot of gravy. The pan that I originally cooked it in, all I did was go ahead and run that back in the oven, And what I did was add me about 2 tablespoons of cold water and whisked it on up together, honey. Threw that right back on in the oven. So let me let y'all get a good look at my plate. There's our dinner for today. Let me let you get a good look at that plate. Yes, okay. You all be sure to leave me a thumbs up, please. Honey, my nails don't fall off, honey. We'll get to the nails this week, to the nail shop, honey. But listen, y'all leave me a thumbs up and let me know what you thought about this. Give me one moment. Let Cousin Angie go get her black pepper, honey, and a little bit of sea salt. Okay, because you know I got to taste my food, honey. Got me a little bit of sea salt. Come on, sea salt. Okay, cool. All right, then I'm going to add me a little bit of black pepper to mine. My kids always say, Gina, you always said, look, this is my plate, not your plate. Okay, cool. Just like that. So listen, and I love to get me a little bit of them sweet peas over in there like that. God bless America. I want a little bit of everything. Hope it stay on the fork just like that, because God darn it, my sweet peas fell off. That's okay. Got some more back on there. You can taste the fresh garlic, the onion, all the seasonings just right. All of the seasonings just right. It tastes so good. Listen, share my video, please. Give me a thumbs up. Leave me a message. Let me know what you think about this dish. And if you make it, Cousin Angie would like for you to come back, honey. You know all I want. Just leave me a comment, honey. If you need to reach out to me about anything, if there's a specific recipe you want me to make, hit me up on the About section. Click on the About section on my YouTube page, and my email is there. All you got to do is email me. Say, hey, Cousin Angie, would you make this for me? And I will do it. I'm also going to go and repost it and pin it at the top in my community tab, okay? I appreciate you all. Cousin Angie loves each and every one of you. And to all my new subscribers, welcome aboard, honey. This platform is where you just come home to Cousin Angie's house, honey. You just got off the plane, honey. I'm picking you up from the airport. We coming home to eat, have a few drinks, and sit around and laugh and have a blast. And listen, I want to say this too. I go live sometimes late in the evening at nighttime. Honey, if you see me live, come on over. Me and Mama D and that kid, Sarah, that's her daughter, but I call her Baby G, like a little sister to me. Come on over, honey. We don't do nothing but have fun and laughter late at night, honey. We call ourselves the late night shift. Y'all come on over and join us and have a bunch of love and laughter. That's all we do. But listen, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great day. Pick up the phone. Check on your loved ones, a neighbor, co-worker, whoever. Love you. I got to go eat, honey. I love, and they got that family back there, honey. You know, the children like to eat, okay? It's snowing here. Child, listen, I got to go. I love you all. See you soon. Love Cousin Angie, everybody.